Hi, Cedric here. Today is election day, and if you're like me and you're a political junkie, you love this stuff. But I just was looking at the Trafalgar Group's final polls. They came out with a couple of additional polls today. Nevada, they did another North Carolina. I'll put all the polls in this video, but they're showing significantly different numbers than all the other pollsters, and they did the same thing in 2016. They did the same thing in 2018. In both 2016 and 2018, they predicted accurately, I think it's 92% of the races that they polled.
As Politico puts it, Robert Cahaly, a Republican pollster with the Trafalgar Group, had pre-election surveys that showed Trump nudging out Clinton in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Florida, and North Carolina, all of which he won.
Everybody else in 2016 was saying, oh, they're biased, they're, Trump supporters, but they ended up being right. And Robert Cahaly, I believe, Robert Cahaly, he predicted that Trump would win 306 electoral college votes, and that's how many he won.
Trafalgar also accurately predicted that Trump would win the Electoral College 306 to 232. Though mistakenly, they gave Trump the 10 votes of New Hampshire and Nevada instead of Wisconsin's. Still, Trafalgar said 306, Trump won 306.
He predicted 306, which no one else was saying. Everybody was saying Trump had pretty much a 0% chance of winning. And that's what a lot of people are saying now. I think Nate Silver, who always is considered one of the top pollsters, he's saying there's, I believe it's a 8% or a 10% chance of Trump winning this time around. But it'll be interesting to see how accurate these are. And I'm going to be watching when Florida comes out. I'm going to be seeing how accurate his polls are with Florida and Georgia. And then based on that, I'll get a pretty good idea early on in the night how the other states are going to go. And I'm going to show a few clips here of Robert Cahaly talking about his process, and then I'll do some slides here on each of the states.
Can you tell us what you're seeing, Robert?
Well, we are different, and what we're seeing is a movement toward Trump with late breakers. We're also seeing folks that had initially given every indication they were going to support Biden or they were undecided, moving toward Trump. And the issue we see moving on is shutdowns. Even young people who identify that they don't like the president, they like shutdowns even less. Even suburban women who say they have problems with the president, they like their children at home and shutdowns even less.
Tell me how you're polling differently than others.
Well, one of the things we do is we try to give people a more comfortable environment to participate anonymously. We think the more anonymous someone participates, the more honest they are. I think it's one of the problems with most of the polls out there is that there's this thing called the social desirability bias where people don't give their true opinion because they don't want to be judged or thought harshly of. And so we try to minimize that. We also do very short surveys so that we get average people to participate. This model of calling people with 20, 30, 40 questions, people just don't have time and they don't participate. So average people often get undercounted.
In Arizona, on his most recent poll, he has Trump at 48.9, Biden at 46.4. In Florida, he has Trump at 49.4 and Biden at 47.3, so about 2 points apart there, and other candidates and undecided make up the rest there. In Georgia, it is Trump at 49.7 and Biden at 45.4. This is pretty significantly different than the other polls for Georgia that show a much closer, and sometimes they show Biden ahead in Georgia. In Michigan, it's 48.3 versus Biden 45.8. In Minnesota, he has Biden at 48 and Trump at 44.8. I don't really think Trump is going to win Minnesota, but who knows. In North Carolina, he has Trump at 48.6 and Biden at 46.5. In Nevada, Trump at 49.1 and Biden at 48.4. So very close there in Nevada. I was kind of leaning towards Nevada going to Biden when I did my prediction a couple days ago. You can watch that video. But because there's a large casino population, or there's a lot of people that work in casinos in Nevada, those casinos are going to be very affected by shutdowns. And I have a feeling that, and I heard somebody else talking about this, but and I agree with them, they're saying that because of that, Trump may win Nevada. So Nevada, I might, if I were to do my prediction now, I might change Nevada towards Trump. And then in Ohio, he has, Robert Cahaly has Trump at 49.2 and Biden at 44.4. And then Pennsylvania, Trump at 47.8 and Biden at 45.9. So there's about 2-point difference there. And I believe those are all the swing states. There's Iowa, but Iowa's not, I don't consider Iowa a swing state. And then Texas, I don't really consider Texas a swing state either. I don't think Robert Cahaly did polls in those states, at least if he did, they were quite a ways back. But I think those states that he polled most recently, those are going to be the swing states. Those are going to be the ones to watch. If tonight at 7 p.m. Florida starts rolling in, and Florida, when it starts rolling in, it's going to roll in with the early votes first and the mail-in votes first, because those are already going to be counted. Those are going to be posted first. And then the other votes are going to start rolling in as the night goes on. I believe the Panhandle has some votes coming in at 8. So, and a lot of the Panhandle area is going to be Trump country. So it wouldn't surprise me if early on Biden does better. He may even have a lead in the beginning. And then as time goes on, an hour in, 2 hours in, 3 hours in, Biden will hopefully start, or not Biden, Trump will hopefully start eating away at that potential lead or that gap. So that is my thoughts on that. But we'll see what happens. I just wanted to post these. It'll be interesting to see. And you might just bookmark this video and kind of keep it up so you can watch as the night goes on and see how accurately Robert Cahaly has predicted this. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment on this video, and I'm hoping to grow my channel over time. We'll see if people find my videos interesting. If people find my videos interesting, I'll continue making them. If they don't, I probably won't continue making them. So please motivate me, like my videos, comment, subscribe. Thank you.